Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining. Bonsoir. I forgot how to say that in Spanish. I'll say buenas noches, but it's not buenos. I don't think it's buenas noches. So yeah, I have some pretty shocking potential news about Harvey. I do want to share that. Before I do, I just want to remind everybody about some tools that we have. So if you go to my website, Ryan's Gay Chicago, it looks like this. And this is part of how I got this information that I'm sharing with you this evening. So the website, again, if you just type in Ryan's Gay Chicago. Oops. Lord, what did I do wrong here? RyansGayChicago.com. Okay. Hey, Wyoming. How you doing? How you doing? Bonsoir. Hey, Beth. Wyoming, Beth. Thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Bonsoir, Hydro. Allô, allô. So if you go to RyansGayChicago.com, it just has a little bit about me, my contact information. But you'll see I added something down here. It says submit an anonymous tip. Okay, and this is part of, like I said, it relates to the information I'm sharing tonight because this was shared via an anonymous tip. So if you click on this link here, okay, then this screen opens. Hey, no apologies. Good evening. Bonsoir, bonsoir. So it says, submit an anonymous tip. If you have information about misconduct, corruption, abuse of power, or wrongdoing in Harvey, Thornton Township, or surrounding areas, you can submit a tip anonymously. Submit a tip. Now, very important, no login is required. Okay, so it's not tracking who you are or where you're coming from. I mean, if you really want to be ultra secure, oh, wait, hold on, I'll get to that in a second. So if you have documents, screenshots, photos, or video to share, email them to ryansgaychicago@proton.me. Proton is an internet service, again, that is supposed to be very secure and encrypted end-to-end. So that protects your privacy. Important notes. Do not include your name or identifying details unless you choose to. Avoid using a work computer or work network, because again, that can be tracked, especially by your supervisor. You don't want that. For stronger anonymity, consider using a VPN, or there's a browser called the Tor browser, and then I put a link there that you can download it there. And again, those are just more secure ways to try to protect your identity. And then I said, I take steps to protect the privacy of sources and review every tip. Merci, thank you. Gracias. So please don't forget to use that resource and to share it. So again, if you go to ryansgaychicago.com, okay, so you'll see this is my website. And if you go to the bottom, almost the bottom left, it says submit an anonymous tip. Click that. And then it has the link to the crypt. Oh, I was even going to show you. Wait, let me see if I can show you what it looks like. Hold on. This is going to be a key tool to exposing what's going on, not only in Harvey, but in the Southland. Okay. So when you open it, sorry guys, let me catch up with the messages. Hey, beautiful Beth. Oh, that's sweet. Hey, Brian. Wyoming says French. Hello, Wyoming. Hello, chat. D-Love. Everybody's being nice and saying hi. Hi, D. Hello, Hydro, Beth. Hey, Ryan. Hey, Saint Sinner. How you doing? I haven't seen you in a little bit. How you doing? D-Love, Saint. Miss Beth, Wyoming. Okay, cool. I just wanted to get caught up. So when you click on the link, okay, it's going to look like this. Submit an anonymous tip. It says responses to this form are anonymized. You may submit information anonymously. Do not include your identifying details unless you choose. And it instructions again, if you have any attachments that you want to send. Let's say you found a photo of, a politician using city resources for something personal. I don't know, what have you. You could email it to this address. But for this tip form, it just says, what do you want to report? So you can say whatever you want to say. And then it just says, I understand this information may be used for reporting. And that's it. And then you click on submit down here. Okay. That is it. It's that simple. And then if you click on the other link, as far as to send any attachments, the Chicago@proton.me, that's just an email address. You can email from any email you choose, but Proton is supposed to be encrypted end-to-end. It's supposed to be more secure. And then, like I said, you can use a VPN or a Tor browser. But please, we need to know what's going on in our towns because there's so many horrible things going on. And a lot of these things are being kept secret. So thank you to the person that reached out to me this evening to share the news that I'm going to share with you in a moment. Saint Sinner, Saint. Glad to see you. Ramona says, hey. Hey, Ramona. Hello, Wyoming. Hello, Ramona. Hey, everybody. So don't forget that. And then also, if you also look on ResidedChicago.com, you'll notice our petition. Very important. Mayor Clark has not been he hasn't been at a public meeting since October 27th, shortly after he shut down the city, pushed to have us declared as a financially distressed city, which, to remind you, that has not happened in Illinois since the early 90s, and that was East St. Louis, okay? Fired almost half of city workers and basically disappeared. So we're calling for Mr. Clark to resign. So this is also on ResidedChicago.com. You will find the link to this petition. And you guys should have seen this by now. If you haven't, it says you have failed the city. And it just explains about, we want Clark to resign immediately. We want a forensic audit of city finances because that's the most thorough, okay? And it says why. Financial mismanagement, audit delinquency, opaque governance, abuse of power, labor and contract issues, fiscal distress and service cuts, leadership credibility and accountability. All right. So it says what we want. We need that oversight. So you just, you can sign it. You say, yes, I support this petition. You can say, yes, share my name publicly, or no, I'm afraid of retribution, losing my job, etc. Please keep my name private. You put your name. You can say if you're a Harvey resident, employee, business owner, contractor, out-of-town supporter, other. Your address, that's only used for verification for our residents, so we can say to the media, so far we have, like last I checked, we had 75 residents who shared. So we can see, okay, it's an actual resident that lives at an actual address in Harvey. Zip code. Email, phone are optional, but we can use those for verification. And then, make sure you're telling the truth. If you have any optional public comments that you want shared for, supporting Clark's resignation and the forensic audit, and that's it. And then you click on submit. Okay, so I think those are the two main things I wanted to go over. Wait, hold on. Let me catch up with the comments. No apologies, wave. Hello, everyone in chat. Ramona, Wyoming, are you a hat? A hat? She's a hat? Idolo says, Ryan, the petition's very long. Well, I mean, it says what it needs to say. Hello, Saint Center, Wyoming. Do you love Idolo? Beth. Okay. So now, I've already reminded everyone that the last time we saw Mayor Clark at a public meeting was on October 27th. It is now almost January 27th here in a few days. Okay. And one of the reason why I was sharing that information on how to leave an anonymous tip was because I had shared with me an anonymous tip that says, gives us some information about where the mayor may possibly be. Let's see, Ramona. The best thing you could do was yesterday going to other town meeting and having various persons on interview. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad you liked that, Idlo. Good. Hi, Ramona. Miss you, ladies. French a cowboy hat. Oh, she's a cowboy hat. I see. On my cell, the icon is very small. Oh, okay. And it's very cold here today in Chicago. I'm sure it's very cold in Quebec. I don't know how it is on the West Coast, Wyoming, but it's really cold here today. When I just got in, it's like -7. So, so the information that was shared with me is, as we've been, it's like, where's Waldo? Exactly. Yes. We've been like, where is Clark? Where is he? Like, how dare you mismanage the city for 7 years, fire almost half the city workers, put the city in a total crisis. We have unsafe staffing situations for fire and police, and then just disappear. Like, this is crazy, unprecedented. Try having subs to talk to after a meeting or via Zoom. Oh, yeah, I don't know. She hasn't really wanted to talk to anybody. It's cold and sunny on the West Coast. Okay. So yeah, so my anonymous source reached out and said, "Oh, didn't you know Mayor Clark is in or has been in the hospital for at least a few weeks, and it's pretty serious. It might be cancer, it might be something else." I don't think that my source was exactly certain about that, but whatever the condition is, apparently it's serious enough where they're expecting the mayor to be absent for a while, and he doesn't even have his usual, security protection and police and everything. So we don't know, Oh, and I wanted to message Colby to see if there's supposed to be a meeting on Monday. I'm guessing, I'm hoping there'll be a city council meeting, but so we need your help, and certainly we would like someone from the city, preferably one of the 4 alder yes men. They probably know, and according to this source, all the alder yes men and a lot of the police and other city staff, they've known this, and no one has been saying anything. Yeah, I get with HIPAA laws and confidentiality, we don't need to know the details, but you cannot be at any job and be gone for months and just not say anything and not give some sort of information. I mean, could you imagine if you were sick and didn't show up to your job for 3 months, and then your boss is like, "Oh, that's okay. Well, we've been managing without you. It's cool. We won't bug you, for confidentiality." No, they'd be like, "Where's your doctor's note? Where have you been? Are you coming back? Because we need to know what's going on." So that's not through an official channel, though, right? That's an anonymous source. So we need confirmation. We need to know where in the hell is Christopher Clark. Is this true? Is he in the hospital? Does he have a cancer or another serious illness? What is the situation? We don't need to know details, but we need to know with our government and having this strong mayor, sort of form of government, basically who's running the city. And especially the way Mayor Clark has been running everything, we know it's been very top down, very control freak. He tries to control everything he possibly can. What is going on? Who's in charge? Who's running the city? Is it Korean Davis, city administrator? Is it Dominique Randall, who was appointed interim chair at the last meeting 2 weeks ago? So we need information. So if anyone else has any other information or tips, feel free to use that anonymous tip line that I just showed you. Go to ryanscapechicago.com and you can use the anonymous tip line, or you can contact me, via my phone number, my email, or Facebook. If you don't want to be anonymous, that's fine. But again, I don't care about who you are. I'm not trying to expose anyone. We just need to know what the hell is going on in our city. And you can't miss work for months at a time and not have any explanation. This is absolutely not acceptable. So again, if you haven't signed a petition, sign it, because it's another reason why he needs to resign now, especially if he has some sort of serious illness, apparently, as I'm being told here via the source. Okay, we hope that he's able to get the healing or care, whatever he needs, but there's a city that you put in crisis, Mayor Clark. So even more so, you should step down. You need to step aside. You cannot lead. You've been a horrible leader, and you just haven't been leading at all. You haven't done anything for the past several months. So this is huge. This is absolutely huge. So if what the source is saying is true, and Chris Clark has been for a while in the hospital with something very serious, and this has been hidden from the residents, this is just a potential bombshell. You can't do that. You've already chased so many residents and businesses away from the city. You've scared people. They don't even want to come to meetings. They don't even want to say anything about anything because they're afraid you're going to arrest them using our own police. And if this is true, Christopher Clark, that you are incapacitated because of illness or what have you, then you need to, first of all, update us as to what's going on. And then you need to step aside. You need to resign immediately. And I'm going to go even further tonight. So for all those Colby fans who are getting super excited about the 2027 election, we're not there yet, but saying Colby for mayor, guess what? Colby could be interim mayor now. Did you know that? We don't even need to wait for 2027. If Mayor Clark does the right thing and updates us as to where he's been and where he is, and he steps down because he's unable to lead, or unwilling, obviously, right? I mean, he's unqualified at this point, regardless, even if he were in perfect health. But we want an update. We want him to resign. If he resigns, from what I could tell from the law, as far as I was researching it, city council votes on an interim mayor. Why can't they vote to have Colby Chapman be as interim mayor? Now, you may say, like I saw, no apologies, I knew someone would say that. He will not let that happen. But guess what? Power to the people. If we get the people in the wards of the 4 alder yes men to keep calling and bugging and driving these aldermen crazy to do the right thing. Did you know when I talked to Monet Wilson, I said, how did you get your aldermen to eventually, to come together and to turn on Thaddeus Jones, who's been terrorizing Calumet City for years now? And she said one of the things was that the residents in the wards of the aldermen who were voting to support the mayor's horrible things, eventually they were getting so many phone calls that it was driving them crazy. And they were forced to really change their votes, and to they couldn't hide from the fact anymore of from all the horrible things that Thaddeus Jones was doing. So if they can do it in Cal City, we can do it in Harvey. But I just wanted to remind people of that, because I have so many people that are so gung-ho, like they're excited about the 2027 elections, and that's awesome, right? Colby's running for mayor. I'm running for 2nd ward. No apologies, Diana, she's running for 6th ward. We're hoping other people are going to run. Yes, I want us to be excited about that. But especially for folks that are excited about Colby for mayor, she could be mayor now. If we apply the right pressure and people speak up, Chris Clark needs to go. As we've just heard from this bombshell shocking, anonymous source about this potential huge health crisis that they've been hiding. Because according to the source, remember, not only has Clark been in the hospital, apparently incapacitated. I don't know the details, but the 4 alder yes-men and other city staff, certain city staff, they've known about it and they've been hiding it from us. They've been hiding it from the public, from the residents. Who knows if even the state officials that Mayor Clark has been begging for a bailout, which he should not get. But who knows if those state officials even know where he's been. I mean, this is just outrageous. Mayor Clark needs to step down immediately. And if that happens, I don't see why not. If we apply enough pressure, why can't the city council vote Colby as the interim mayor? There is no reason. There's no reason why they can't. There's absolutely no reason. I would say it's up to us as the people to apply the pressure. So anyway, I just wanted to convey both of those. Sorry, let me go back and catch up on comments now. Try to get Everett. Oh, Darlene Gray, Everett. Oh, yeah, but she's no longer on the board. Wyoming says, oh, no, that's sad. Yeah, it's sad. If it's true that Clark is sick, no, I don't want to wish any, ill health on anyone, but he needs to do his job, and he's obviously unable to do his job, right? So we need an update. He needs to resign immediately, and we need to move forward as a city, because first we got to rehire all these people back, especially fire and police, okay? And then we have to get a forensic audit done. We need to figure out where all the money is, and all that's got to get straightened out. So we can do all that now. Carmen Carlisle, yeah, she's no longer elected though. Also, Murphy McGrath run the city. No, Idro. No. Ansel Glink is they're the city attorney for Harvey. Not Olson. Guess he was able to keep his benefits. Yeah, right. Throughout this whole crisis, Mayor Clark and his overpaid supervisors, yeah, they're still getting paid. Try to talk to Michael Smith. Yeah, we'll see if Michael will interview. Why is Randall the interim mayor? Why isn't this? No. The other night, that was just for that meeting. So if the chair is not there, what the board has to do is they have to vote to select an interim chair just at the meeting. So he was not really the interim mayor. That's my understanding of it. But they just vote. The 4 horses will not let Colby get in. But hey, like I said, if we apply enough pressure, anything's possible. But we're going to need concentrated phone calls, emails, texts. I think it could be possible. So I'm just throwing that out there. After watching Harvey's 4 horsemen, they're too loyal to Clark. If Clark is sick, he should resign. Absolutely, he should resign. That's the number one thing. We need an update on his situation. Where has he been? He needs to resign. Then we need to put pressure and get an interim mayor that we want as the residents. I don't care what those aldermen want. I care what do we want as the residents. They work for us. Poor baby. Even if they are not on the board anymore, dude, like little show their view on. Oh, if they want to do some opinion stuff, yeah, maybe we'll see. So I'm glad you like to hear the opinion stuff. It's good to know. So that is the bombshell, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to see what happens. If you know anything more about what is going on behind the scenes in Harvey, Calumet City, anywhere, please let me know. You can contact me directly. You can go to RyansGayChicago.com. It has links to contact me directly, either anonymously or not anonymously. But yeah, we need some updates. Actually, you know what? Before I forget, hold on. Let me check on Facebook. I was checking. Here, you know what, you guys, we can check. We'll check together. How about that? I'm going to bring it up. We're going to look. Usually, if Colby knows about it, she will post. Oh, okay, and she did. Looks like she did. Oh. Well, let me see. Hold on. All right, so if we go to Alderwoman Chapman's page, let's see here. Because I don't think she had posted anything about a meeting, whether there's a meeting Monday, but let me see. She had a lot of posts. Utility scam alert. Okay. Oh, there was a nice video about the Christmas event that she hosted. Oh, candidate forum for the 2nd Congressional District. Yeah, that would be interesting. At Southland Prep, Charter High School. Bleh. Charter schools. Bleh. Okay, it doesn't say who's going to show, but anyway. Oh yeah, if you didn't know, the Better Government Association is having a FOIA presentation via Zoom. So that's good to know. On January 27th. Oh, the boys swim team at Thornton. They won over Proviso West. Congrats, boys. What is this? Mark your calendars. Early voting begins February 5th. Oh my gosh, you guys, that is coming up soon. Now that's for the primary March 17th. Again, not for next year's elections. What was this an article about? Oh, something about 152 in the tax. Township was opening as a warming center. That's good. Also, I know the Markham Courthouse is also a warming center. Here we go. Before decisions are made, the public comes first. Yeah, because Colby posted this recently. Join the City of Harvey Public Forum Monday at 6 p.m. to hear discussion on the Broadway Avenue Improvement Project. This is a critical opportunity for residents to ask questions and seek clarity before council action later in the evening. Oh, okay. So there are 2 meetings on Monday. So then it sounds like there is a city council meeting. Now the agenda for the 6 o'clock meeting says, this says that the mayor will be there. So we shall see. We'll see. Maybe he's better. I don't know. But man, he needs to go. I hope everybody better come out to this meeting on Monday night, okay? Because I am sick and tired of this. Like, he needs to resign. We need progress in Harvey. Mayor Christopher J. Clark, it says, discussion, Broadway Avenue Improvement Project. Questions and concerns by alderpersons and adjournment. So I'm going to comment right now and then ask and say, well, I'll say, is there an agenda for the city council meeting at 7 p.m. Okay. So, all right. So I guess there is a council meeting on Sunday, but man, I mean on Monday, but who'll choose the next mayor? Democratic Party bigwigs, residents, attorneys, the current alderman, or some combination of them? Oh, now as far as the election, Paul, if you're talking the 2027 election, yeah, that will be, I mean, it should be the voters. We need to get people to come out and vote and get excited about it. But if Clark resigns, as he should immediately, then to my understanding, the city council will elect an interim mayor to serve the remainder of the term. Idro says, yes, everything's possible. You can move a mountain with a spoon. It is possible. Useless and very long to do, but it is possible. Paul, Oldelson, Murphy, McGrath, and Beelzebub. Yeah, I don't think Bert does any work for Harvey right now that I know of. But yeah, so thank you to Colby for that. I'm gonna shoot her a text though and just ask her that way because I am curious about that. Let's see. Okay, cool. I just texted her. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining. Any other questions or issues or concerns? Like I said, please feel free to share any tips. We've also had, I should mention, I'm sorry, I forgot about this. I've had a few anonymous tips saying that Early Walker with his towing company E&R, I think. I'm not a towing expert. If you guys are, please tell me. You can, please feel free to inform, like I said, either anonymously or not. But one of the tips said that Early Walker and his company, which I believe is E&R Towing, is doing a lot of these illegal or questionable tows in Harvey, where people have to pay $1,000, $2,000 to get their cars out. And oh, Yvette wants to say hi. Hello. And then what I'm being told is that right, exactly. That's the same Early. Yes, yeah. Oh, thank you, Beth. Wait, he's supposed to spin the bottle or pop the balloon. Nice. No tips, but standing 10 toes down with you. Thank you, Beth. No apology says, wait, that's Tiffany Henyard's baby daddy. Right. Yeah, exactly. That Early Walker. So one of the tips says that Early Walker is doing the towing through E&R, this extortion type towing. And it goes on in other towns too, not just Harvey. But that right now, that is one of the big sources of income. And that still is, it's like cash gets delivered to the mayor. So if you have any information about that, please, again, reach out and let me know. We need to know what is going on in our city. And it doesn't just have to be Harvey. It could be for other towns too, but we need to know. No, stop. Delgado got a towing company in Thornton Township. No, could be. I'm not a big towing person. I don't know. E&R Towing helped me with the car that needed to be towed. Right. I think they're based in Markham, I think. And Paul, wait. Paul, I'm going to comment on that. Give me a second. Get out of my face. Oh, my God. This dog. I am unalive, mister. So. He is so funny. So, what the source told me, because Paul says, no, W&W Towing is Early Walker's company. I have not researched it. I don't know the details yet. But what the source has told me is that Early Walker has been consolidating towing companies, potentially in an unethical or illegal fashion. But regardless, that was the name that was given to me that is connected to the towing in Harvey, which has been committing a lot of, extortion towing, right? Like I said, like towing when people had a small offense or they didn't even do anything wrong. and then charging crazy high fees. And then that is a supposedly one of Christopher Clark's big sources of income. So if you know anything more about that, please let me know. Oh Lord, I wasn't gonna stay on longer, but you got now that's gonna bug me. Should we look it up, you guys, and let's see what it says on the Secretary of State? All right, let's do it. Let's look it up. Okay, what's the name? Is it E&R Towing? Or is it just E? Is it E&R Towing, or is it just ER Towing? Hold on. Let me Google them first. How about that? Okay, it is E&R Towing. E ampersand R. So we're gonna, again, I'm showing you guys how to do this too, if you want to help us investigate. Where is it? Huh? It should be here. Oh, okay. I'm still seeing other E and R's. E and R. This is the second page. My goodness. E&R truck repair. I don't think so. E&R transport, truck lease. No. E&R industries. Oh my God. Oh, I suppose, wait, hold on. In my search field, I should put E. I didn't think about that, duh. E&R towing, see if it comes up that way. Oh, okay, there we go. Dissolved, wait, what? Dissolved in 2021. E&R towing and garage. Now I'm looking at their website. It says E&R towing. That's weird. Unless they're just like not, are they not registered in Illinois? But I think, wouldn't they have to be? Oh, it's a division of Vehicle Management Solutions. Oh. So maybe we should look up Vehicle Management Solutions, but still, wouldn't you think it would show up under E&R towing? Okay, let's do E&R towing this way. No ampersand. What if I search for vehicle management solutions? Vehicle management. So no data available? really? Vehicle. Try it again. Vehicle. Right? I think that's what it said its name was. Vehicle Management Solutions. Nothing. Okay, what if we search for his name, Early Walker? What if we say Early Walker? How about manager? Hold on, puppy. Oh, Walker, Early. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, so he's involved in a lot. W and W, W and W, okay. Oh, that was terminated though. Puppy, do you need to go outside? Okay, sorry guys, let me let the pups outside. Hold on one second. It's cold out there. You still want to go outside? You need to go outside? Yes or no? You need to go outside? No? No. Okay, I'm back. I think he just wanted attention. All right. No, puppy. Dana says yes. They're at the minimum in Chicago and Markham. Early Walker is affiliated with ENR. Oh, okay. So you heard that too, Beth, huh? But yeah, this source tells me that it's huge. They said if I just mention Early Walker and the fact that Harvey's getting a lot of money from towing, that it's really gonna rile them up. And I was like, oh. But I mean, we do need to figure out what's going on with the money, man. So let's see. What is still active? Early Walker has Walker and Walker Consultants. And NGS, I don't know what that means, but everything else it says is either terminated or involuntary dissolution. What's Jerk 48 Pulaski? Oh. So Early Walker has a jerk place at 127th in Pulaski. Well, let's look it up, shall we? Jerk. What's it called? Jerk 48 Pulaski. Permanently closed? What? So I guess maybe he did have a place? Well, then what's this? Jerk 48. Is this the same thing? Jerk 48, 67th Street, 95th, and 87th. Oh, okay. So maybe they just closed like an Alset, but they still have. Isn't that interesting? So this is Early Walker's restaurant. Did you guys know this? Tell the truth. Did you guys know this? Diana, did you know this? You seem to know. You know a lot about Early. Mr. Walker, I don't know him, but very interesting. Okay. But if we go back to our search here, Kelly Davis, Timothy Davis are involved in the company. They're in Blue Island. I don't know who they are. Let's see, their articles of organization. Let's see. Okay. But yeah, isn't that interesting? Because that's the only, other than this Walker and Walker Consultants, that's it. Because look, it says 10, it was Halloween, right? October 31st of 2024, W&W Towing, which was based or is based in Dixmoor, it says it was terminated. Now wait a minute, let's search for that. I thought, but W&W is still open, right? I mean, maybe it just has a different owner or something. All right, here's W&W Towing, 14101 Levitt in Blue Island. I think that's Dixmoor there, but okay. You know what? That might be part of like Dixmoor, and then but they have a Blue Island address. And then there's stuff here about Early Walker. Okay. So yeah, what I was told by the source, but again, we need some. I need the confirmation of this on paper. You know, is it true that he's accumulating all these towing companies, consolidating? I don't know. What is this? I'm telling, don't shoot. No need to worry about your identity being exposed to anyone. Thank you to our founder, Early Walker, and the reward amount. Oh, okay. It must be some sort of campaign. But I still want to know then. So why isn't E&R showing up? Wait, let me see if we can find. E&R Towing. This is their website, and it says Division of Vehicle Management Solutions, right? Oh, they have a Facebook. Let's see. Beth says, wow. No apologies. Says, wow, he is a serial entrepreneur. Right, but that's why I'm surprised that the almost all those other businesses or the LLCs are terminated though, you know? They'll watch this chat. Mm-hmm. Nope. Didn't know this. Yeah, me neither. Me neither. You know, I know that that's how a lot of money is made. A lot of cash under the table, I'm told, is made in a lot of these towns through towing contracts. So, I mean, that shouldn't be news for people, but I guess, you know, not everybody maybe had heard of that, but that's, yeah. E&R Towing, nation's largest, it says Chicago, and yeah, Crawford and Markham. I mean, there's a photo on Facebook, but that was like in 2022. Let's see their LinkedIn. Okay. I don't know, it doesn't seem to say that much. Let's see. It says their Yelp was updated. Let's see what this says. They get 5 reviews, 1 star, I'm sure. Towing people's cars. Mm-hmm. Vehicle towing, that's it. Hmm. What's this? Close it. Yelpers report this location closed. Okay. Weird. Now I want to know. What am I missing, you guys? Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me go back because sometimes this is really crazy. Now watch. E ampersand R. Let me try it this way. Haha. I knew it. Isn't that stupid? Like if you get the spacing wrong, it won't show up. So there was a company that was dissolved. This one's still active. FileJet LLC. Wait, the agent is also an LLC? Oh my Lord. Officers are Kevin Corcoran of Tinley Park and Secretary Ann Chang of Tinley Park. Assumed name? Okay, so they had other names. Expert towing and repair, etc. All right, let's look at their latest info. But yeah, if anyone can confirm or deny these reports that Early Walker is somehow connected to this company as well, we do want to figure out where all that towing money is going. And apparently, like I said, I've had people reaching out anonymously to say that we need to look into that, like, urgently. So I'm like, oh, okay. But you guys get to work and help because, you're part of the movement too. And I don't have time to do all this all the time. Oh, okay, hold on. One second. Jerk 48 might be a franchise. Yeah, it looks like they have 3. So I guess that's it seems like it's still partly Early Walkers thing. Resign, Mayor Clark, stop hiding from the residents. Absolutely. Hey, all my beautiful peeps. Hey, Cher, how you doing? You should be saying allegedly. Yeah, right. Well, that's what I'm saying. All these are tips that are anonymous tips that are coming in. So they have to be verified. And that's what we need your help for. So if you know anything about this or you're able to verify anything, please let me know. We need papers, videos, photographs. We need hard proof of this stuff, please. Just got here. Isn't Early Walker Tish baby daddy? That's what I'm told. Mm-hmm. So Cher, what's the skinny on Clark's disappearance? So I had an anonymous source reach out and say that Clark has supposedly been hospitalized and it's very serious and it's been for at least a few weeks. However, Colby just shared that for a meeting at 6 o'clock this Monday, for one of the items, Clark is listed there. So I don't know if he's actually going to be there to present or what. I don't know. They're not telling us, but I mean, this is crazy, man. He's got to resign. Hey, Diana, love. Okay, but I did find them. Hold on, let me just look. Did it download? Did it not download? What happened? No, not that one. I want the most recent. It's from 2025. All right, so I pulled up their annual report here. Okay, it lists address of corporation is in Tinley Park. President Kevin Corcoran, Secretary Michael Mahar, Director Kevin Corcoran. Okay. I'm just looking at the 2024 report. It doesn't look that different. Let's see. Let's go back to their. I don't know, guys. I need my sleuth helpers to help me figure out what's going on here. Let's see. What about their this from 2018? Let's see what comes up on this. I don't know. But at least we did find ENR. Actually, that's something that we should FOIA too. You know what? I'm going to do that right now. Thank you for reminding me. And I will show you guys how I do a FOIA, okay? So the main announcement tonight, again, if you're just tuning in, was that we had an anonymous tip saying Christopher Clark, mayor of Harvey, has been, is in, potentially serious condition, hospitalized. We need verification if that's true or not, and if so, what's going on, because we've had no leadership for the city, since October 27th. He's been nowhere to be found. So, who's running the city? Korean Davis, city manager. I mean, Dominique Randall L. Lord help us if that's him. He's running the city. But either way, we need to know, and this information needs to be shared clearly and publicly. Another anonymous tip that I have gotten are about these towing companies. And the information is that we need to research and we need to follow up and we need to make it publicly known that we know that something's going on, particularly with ENR towing. And they're getting cash to the Clark administration in ways that they should not. So if anyone can help with that, please do let me know. Is the meeting 6 or 7? So what Colby shared is there's a meeting 6 o'clock on Monday. And then I think there's also a city council meeting at 7, but I haven't seen the agenda for that. So, hey, Bryant, what's up? What's up? So, yeah. So what was the other one we said? W&W, right? W&W, I think is still. Let me see if they're registered. Let's do a search for them here, if we can find them. W and W. Oops, W towing. Does anybody else know any other towing companies that? Oh, that was dissolved. Okay, maybe it's another one. Any other towing companies? That Harvey uses? No, I'm not a robot. What? Dissolved? Let's see if Early was even mentioned on this. Yeah, Early Walker. Name and address of incorporator, Early Walker, 14101 South Levitt. That's the address. So it said it was dissolved in 2019. So what's going on with W&W Towing, you guys? I don't understand. I don't understand. So this is their website. It says all, maybe should I put in all area W&W Towing? Maybe they changed their name or something. Let's try that. All area W ampersand W towing. You know, you never know. Maybe something will come up. Ah, all area W&W towing terminated. Okay, because that's what came up under when we searched for Early Walker, right? Ryan, are there any signs posted in Harvey and no park zones? Yeah, but it's not. I don't think it's not so much towing for that. There are maybe some cases, but Beth, from we've heard from residents, they'll find any excuse to tow you because that's one of the ways that Clark's making money. And apparently, if this anonymous source is correct, he's still raking in the cash from towing. Is his primary way of making money, making cash money that may not be being reported, in the city books, and then potentially Clark could be in the hospital. So we need verification. We need to know what's been going on. Look, just last fall, terminated, September 2025. I don't understand. So then, how can he still have the business if it was terminated? I'm so confused. Yeah, Early Walker. It says, you guys, I'm so confused. Can somebody please reach out? Who knows about this? By towing, Clark is making cash. That is correct. That is what I'm told. But again, we need papers, we need photos, we need video to confirm this. As Diana says, you should say allegedly. These are anonymous tips, right? So I need more documentation, but that's potentially what it's looking like. Let me share this with you guys. I just want to show you. So several people, or Paul mentioned that he's like, oh yeah, W&W Towing, that's Early Walker, right? Look what happens when oops, no, darn it, not that. Oh, get out of there. Sorry, wrong one. Okay. September 3rd, so last fall. LLC statement of termination. All area W&W towing. It's been terminated. Signature, Early Walker. So I don't understand. Like, how can they still have a business then? I don't get that. Allegedly corrupt. Exactly. Like, that's where we need the paperwork, the videos, the proof. But these anonymous tips are invaluable, and I'm so thankful. Keep them coming. But we definitely need documentation. So I'm hoping by putting this out there that we can get more information from people who might know closer to these sources. Let's go back to all right, let's go to So there were two. There was like two W&W LLCs. The names were slightly different. Ooh, let's go back. Can't be reached. Why not? Did it get upset at me or something? All right, let's try. We'll try refreshing. Hold on. Oh, is it temporarily down? That's weird. We'll try this again. We'll do, what did we say? All area W and W. Oh, well, it's not working. That's okay. Well, anyway, that was basically everything we needed to know. Those are the two big tips that I've gotten recently. If you work at Harvey, know about Clark's Health, please give us an anonymous tip. Yes. And before we go, once again, I'll take you to my website. Okay. So if you go to, if you type in, I'll say, share anonymous tip. Go to Ryan'sGayChicago.com. Share an anonymous tip. Go to Ryan'sGayChicago.com. Okay. And you're going to see this website. It looks like this. Scroll down to the bottom. You can also see on the left where it says submit an anonymous tip, or you can scroll down. Sign the petition. Tell Clark to resign. We want that forensic audit. But right above that, it says submit an anonymous tip. So you click on that, and it tells you what to do. It's super easy, okay? Super, super, super easy. But yeah, keep the information coming. Thank you, guys. And please feel free to support my work. If you click on my Patreon, it looks like this. But I'm always looking for, whether it's a one-time contribution or you want to be a monthly member. I'm working on getting more content for my members, more exclusive content and everything set up. But I want to be able to along with Amir and others, Beth, Ramona, and still others, we want to train up other local citizen journalists to report what is going on. And the efforts do take time and money, so we would appreciate your support. All right, everybody, thanks for joining us. And unless anybody has any other updates. Oh, I did want to mention, I just drove by earlier, the Dollar Tree at 159th and Halstead and 159th and Wood Street is open. It has reopened. Yay. Thank you for your support for that. The Family Dollar, however, at that where we had our press conference, still is not open. Now, when I had reached out to corporate, they did say that they should be reopening, but I don't know what exactly is going on. So we'll see. Yeah, thank you, Beth. Thank you, Beth, Amir, Ramona. Who else? Wyoming, French, Diana, everybody. Share. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Yes, Dollar Tree's reopened. Hallelujah. So stay tuned. Also, I haven't had time to check them out, but I will. I will eventually get there. I had someone reach out to tell me that there was a fire on Myrtle and a fire on Lexington recently. So obviously very alarming, very concerning, as we don't have enough staff. But and then if you are on TikTok, I'm gonna try a TikTok live tonight because I've been meaning to get on there forever, but I've just been swamped with a lot of stuff. So all right, thank you guys so much. And that's all for now. You can say goodnight to Hubert. Say bonne nuit, Hubert. He's chilling. Oh yes, Chappelle, Carlita, everybody. All right, so we will talk soon. Stay warm, stay safe, and bonne nuit.